everybody. Happy Thursday. And if you still do have your morning cup of coffee, as always, please do enjoy it with me. I have a latte every single morning, and it's a big latte, but it's the only caffeine that I need. You know, for me, I don't know, this is kind of like off the topic, but I can't drink coffee in the afternoon or at night. I can only drink coffee in the morning. It's just not, it tastes better in the morning. It's just not even something that I really even want. So anyway, if you have your morning coffee, please do enjoy it with me. As always, when you do come on, please drop into the comments below so I know who's on here. Say hi and where you're tuning in from, your name, city, state, country, or hashtag live, hashtag replay if you are coming in on the replay. And we are just about 10 days away. This coming Monday will be a week away from our free 3-day simple content creation workshop, where we teach you how to create pillar content, define your content buckets, streamline the content creation process, and how to be omnipresent on social media. So if you would like to register, just drop an I do in the comments below. We will send you that registration link. We have over 300 people already registered, which is so amazing. Just so grateful for that. And what I'm going to be covering into today's training is my 20-minute a day. My 20-minute a day routine. That has really set me up for success on LinkedIn. And what I wanted to break this down into simple terms for people. So I did a poll question yesterday, and it's been getting great feedback. I think close to 70 people have voted already. You know, if you felt you were spending too much time on LinkedIn. And I think 75% said no. Some people felt like they're not spending enough time on LinkedIn or any time at all. And there were a few people that said, yes, I'm spending too much time on there. So what I wanted to do was give everyone a simple flow of what they can do throughout the day or in one fell swoop on LinkedIn to grow your business or grow your network or generate more leads, because there's 5 simple things that you should be doing every single day on LinkedIn. You know, you block out the time, you do these 5 things compounded week after week, month after month, year after year, your business will grow. So again, before I dive in, please do drop into the comments below as Mark has done. And please do say hi and where you are tuning in from, or hashtag live, hashtag replay if you are happening to watch on the replay. And do please share this video and tag some people that you feel could benefit from watching it. And again, if you have not yet registered for our free, simple 3-day content creation workshop, just drop an I do in the comments below. So, my 20-minute routine. So, again, you can interchange this routine any which way you want. But I believe that, you know, the principle of working smarter and not working harder will make your life easier. So, the first thing that you want to do, so my suggestion is to first and foremost, block out between 20 to 30 minutes every morning, Monday through Friday, on LinkedIn. So that could be 8 to 8:20 or 8:30, 8:30 to 8:50 or 9 o'clock, whatever it is. Block out that window. And this is what you're going to do in the 20 minutes. The first thing that you're going to do is you're going to send out your targeted connections. So when you go onto LinkedIn, you're going to connect with, you know, obviously everyone knows that you're not allowed to connect or send more than 100 connections a week out on LinkedIn. That is common knowledge and known now. So whatever breakdown of how many connections you send per day, broken out by how many days a week you're doing that, staying under 100, you send out those targeted connections. Now, the connections that you are sending, and this is key, there's two things that need to be considered. Who should I be sending my connection request to that will lead them to most likely accept? But second to that, once they accept, who is most likely willing to respond to a message if I send it to them? So that's what you need to be thinking about when you're sending a connection request out on LinkedIn. You don't want to spray and pray. The notion of the race to 30,000, which was a thing. Everybody was racing to see, how long it would take you to get to 30,000 connections. And again, there's no benefit to having those connections if they're not value added to you, and vice versa. So remember what I've said before, that your ideal network and the connections that you are sending out have to fall into two specific categories. They have to either be ideal clients or customers or people that you can do business with, or power partners for introductions. You want to make sure that your network is vibrant and full of people that you can do business with or hand business off to. So you always want to start out by sending your targeted connections first. So again, you're allowed to send 100 connections out a week. That is common knowledge. So you don't want to go over that. You'll get restricted and you won't be able to send any. So if that makes sense, drop a Y or a yes in the comments below. Also, if you're coming on late, please do say hi and where you're tuning in from, or hashtag live. Hashtag replay if you are watching on the replay. Tag some people, share this video, engage in this video. So if you want to get those reminders when I do go live, which is every Monday and Thursday between 10 and 10:30 a.m. Eastern, make sure you like, love, support, insightful, curious, whatever you would like with this video to make sure that you do get that notification when I do go live. But also, it's not too late if you did want to register for our free simple content creation workshop. Remember, please drop an I do in the comments below if you would like to. Now, so first and foremost, we have your targeted connections. So now you've sent out your targeted connections, right? So you've sent out your targeted connections and you're getting clarity on that. So again, if that makes sense, drop a Y or a yes in the chat box. And again, if I'm coming through loud and clear, I'm not sure how many people can see or hear. Oh, so we have some Connecticut coming. Okay, just making sure, because sometimes I can't tell how many people are or are not on here. And then when no one's engaging, I can't. I just want to make sure that I'm coming through loud and clear. Oh, hey, Summer, good to see you coming on. Okay, good. Good. All right, so it is coming through. Perfect. Now, so the first thing that you're going to be doing is, again, you're going to send those targeted connections. Now, the second thing, so now that you've sent out your targeted connections, right? You've sent out those targeted connections. The second thing you're going to do is you're going to send out your genuine connecting messages. Now, that is not a note added to the connection request. I'm talking about messages. And I can't see exactly who that is from California, but great to see you on here. I will send that registration link after we wrap up today. Not a problem. So I'm talking about genuine messages to your new connections. So remember, this is a very specific strategy that you're going to be focusing on within LinkedIn. So again, you're thinking about, in step one, sending my connection requests out to those that A, would most likely accept, and B, most likely respond to a genuine message I sent them. And remember, we went over the messaging structure last week. So when you're messaging people, hey, Summer, and it's so great to be connected to you. I noticed that we had a similar background in XYZ profession or industry. Would love to hear how things are going, share more about what I'm up to, and how we can best support one another here on LinkedIn. Anytime for a call or a Zoom this or next week. So again, everything is, you're blocking out that 20 to 30 minutes in the morning. You hop on there. You make sure that you send out those targeted connections, and then you send out your targeted messages. And hey, Gary, good to see you jumping on. Now, rule of thumb, and people ask me all the time, they're like, Scott, how many messages do you send a day? So my number one goal, and this is the goal that I want everybody else to have, I like booking one new call a day. And this is the math that I go over with people. So I like booking one new call a day, Monday through Friday. So that's 5 calls a week. Okay? 5 discovery calls, highly qualified people. And when you compound that over a month, that's 20 calls. And if you compound that over a year, that's 250 targeted calls. Now, depending upon what business you're looking to grow, if you have something to sell or an offer or a program, 70% of those people are going to say no, or they might want to dive into seeing other ways that you can help and collaborate without an exchange of money, which is completely fine. You're looking to build relationships first and foremost. But 30% of those people, if they're the right people, are going to say yes to the offering that you have if it fills a void or a need in their life and business, which means you're going to close 75 people a year, which breaks down to about 6 people per month. So the big question that you need to ask yourselves is, how different would my business and life look if I closed 6 people a month? So that's the idea of this methodology, is to send those connections, send those targeted messages, however many you want. I send 5 to 10 a day. That is going to lead to 1 call a day, Monday through Friday, compounded over a month and a year, is going to give you those 250 calls, which could break down to those 75 new sales into your business or opportunity. So if that makes sense, drop a Y or a yes in the chat box below. If you're coming on late, as Jeffrey has done, just use #live and where you're tuning in from. Please tag some people, share this video. Don't forget to engage, like, love, support, insightful, curious, whatever emojicon you want to use, so you are notified. And again, as someone did prior, if you are interested in registering for our free 3-day simple content creation workshop, just drop an I do in the comments below and we will send you that registration link. Okay, so that's number 2. Number 3, make sure you are taking advantage of the push notifications. So what are the push notifications? The push notifications are it's the little bell at the top right corner of your LinkedIn homepage that tells you what's going on within your network. It's basically your own little newsfeed update. So it's going to tell you, hey, Gary, these 6 people have birthdays. Hey, Summer, these 4 people are celebrating work anniversaries. Hey, Jeff, these 12 people are starting new positions. Say congrats. Say happy birthday. So every day I go on, I check this notification area. And that's why I always tell people that no connection is ever dead on LinkedIn, because if someone doesn't respond to your initial message, you better believe they're going to respond to something else. They could respond to a happy birthday, a work anniversary, a change of a job position. That way, they're going to really see, this person really does care about staying connected to me. And everyone says, well, Scott, should I customize it? Should I make it my own? No. And Gary said LinkedIn makes connecting easy for us. And he's exactly right. They make it so easy for us. So I'll share a story with you. Last January, I had sent 24 messages. It was a combination of happy birthday, work anniversary, promotions. It's last January. And of the 24, a bunch of them responded back, thank you. And then I messaged those back the magic formula. You're so welcome. I know it's been a while since we connected, or I know we haven't connected before, or maybe you haven't seen my message from prior, but would love to hop on a call and hear how things are going with your new position or going on with your current job or the promotion that you got, share what I'm up to, and how we can support one another here on the platform anytime for a call or a Zoom. And I ended up booking 12 phone calls from that. And of those 12 phone calls, I ended up closing 4 people, which led to about $30,000 of revenue into our company, just by using those push notifications. So if you're not taking advantage of them every single day, you're missing opportunities to A, build those relationships with your connections, and B, potentially generate revenue. So you have to make sure after you send your connections, after you send your messages, go into your push notifications, send out those automated messages to stay in contact with those that are in your network. So if that makes sense, drop a Y or a yes in the comments below. Please tag some people if you feel they can benefit from this. If you're coming on late, again, please do say hi and where you're tuning in from, or hashtag live, hashtag replay if you are watching on the replay. And if you would still like to register for our free 3-day simple content creation workshop from March 28th to March 30th with myself and my wife, just drop an I do, and we will send you that registration link. So just in review, the 20-minute methodology so far. Number 1, send out those targeted connections, those that would most likely accept your connection and most likely respond to a message that you send, which leads to the second layer, which is sending out those genuine connecting messages of those that would most likely respond. And then after you do that, hopping into that push notification area, your notifications, and sending out all of those automated push notification messages, the happy birthdays, the work anniversaries, change of job, promotion, and such. Now, number four, produce a piece of value-added content. I say this all the time. You have to give in order to get. You have to build that know, like, and trust with your audience. And one of the best ways to build the know, like, and trust with your audience is to produce value-added content that directly speaks to your audience. So really focus, whether it's a post, whether it's a poll, whether it's a native video, whether it's a LinkedIn Live like this, a newsletter, an article, whatever it is. You send your connections, you send your messages, you use those push notifications, and you produce a piece of value-added content that leaves your network better. Remember, people are looking to have their problems solved. They want to learn how they can progress and move forward in their life and in their business. They're not looking to stand still. So you have to think about the person that's on the other side of that computer screen, your ideal client, your ideal avatar. What type of content could I create today that is going to bring them closer to me instead of pushing them further away? Right? What type of piece of content could I create right now? Whether it's a list post or a how-to or a 3-tip post, something that you can bring to your audience of value that's going to have them coming back for more. But here's the other thing. When you're producing content on LinkedIn, talk about things that people want, not what you think they need. Big difference. Because again, that's the need is your agenda that you want to push out there. So I know, like, there's many things that I could talk about in relation to LinkedIn about what I think people need, but I also want to curtail that and say, no, what do people want? Well, I know there's a ton of people on LinkedIn that want to know how to be more streamlined with the time that they spend on LinkedIn. So that's why I'm doing this today. I'm giving people a very simplistic flow. So I'm filling that void and gap in their life and business with something that they want so they can then apply it and see a result without ever having to work with me. And if they feel so inclined at some point to reach out to me and say, hey, I'd like to work with you, I've built that know, like, and trust. I've built the right for that person to then come back to me and say, hey, let's talk about how you help people and how you can help me. So when you're producing content, you're delivering value-added content that is solving a want, not directed towards a need. And when you're marketing to people, you market with them. You don't market at them. Wrap your arms around the people that you're building your network around, right? Bring them closer to you. You're in this together. Remember, you're just taking people down a road that you've been down, and you want to help them streamline that and get success faster. So if that makes sense, drop a Y or a yes in the chat box. So remember, produce that value piece of content, whether it's a post, a video, an article, a poll, a newsletter, something. And you're delivering content of what people want, not what they need. You're marketing with them. You're not marketing to them. So again, in review, so far, you're sending out your targeted connections. You're sending out your genuine connecting messages from those that have accepted. You're taking advantage of those push notifications. And now you're producing a piece of value-added content. Now, the final thing is make sure after you're done that, so you send out your connections, you send out your messages, you use those push notifications, you've produced a piece of content. And it can be in any order. I mean, you can produce your piece of content first, you could do your notifications second, you could send your connections third, and you could send your messages fourth, or you could do your messages first, then your connections, then your push notifications, then your content. However you want to curtail this to you and yourself, completely fine. But here's what I would finish with. After you're done with that, finish by building even more rapport and trust with people in your network by engaging in 2 pieces of content that were produced by connections that you have that you resonate with. So you're not just liking and commenting on some person that you're connected to. Look for content in your feed that's been posted by someone that you're connected to, that you're interested in building a business relationship with, that has posted and produced their own piece of content that spoke to you. Now, I'll tell you, my buddy Gary that's on here, well, first of all, phenomenal lawyer, but he's a phenomenal up-and-coming business coach as well. His content is first class. And I love the things that Gary talks about because it's a lot of mindset stuff that I totally agree with. So I have no issue liking and then commenting on a piece of content that Gary has posted because it spoke so clearly to me. You're not looking to just like and comment to like and comment. If you're going to like and comment on someone's piece of content, bring some relevance to it. So say Summer posts something about the power of a positive mindset, which I totally resonate and believe in myself. I'm going to like her post, and I'll just say, Summer, great post. I totally agree. What has truly helped me in my business and my life is reiterating the aspect of having those positive thoughts flowing through my mind each and every day. And it's really helped me and those around me. So again, you're adding additional value and relevance to that person's content, which is going to build that know, like, and trust. So you don't want to just post stuff yourself and not engage. Pick 2 people a day whose content you resonate with, the message of what they're posting, like it, and then comment, but something meaningful. Just don't put great post or awesome post, happy Monday. Bring some relevance to it. Add some juice, or as my wife says, zhuzh. So if that makes sense, drop a Y or a yes in the chat box. And Gary, I'm just speaking the truth. You're so welcome. If that makes sense, drop a Y or a yes in the chat box. Again, if you're on the replay, hashtag replay. If you've jumped on live and you still haven't said hello, would love to hear from you. Say hi and where you're tuning in from. And again, if you'd like to register for our free 3-day simple content creation workshop from March 28th to March 30th, just drop an I do in the comments below. So this is your 20-minute routine. Now, it may take you a little bit longer in the beginning till you kind of get the wheels in motion, but this is it. Send out those targeted connections. Send out those genuine messages. Take advantage of those push notifications to stay in contact with your connections. Produce that piece of value-added content that delivers on what people want, not what they need. Marketing with them and not to them. And then pick 2 people within your network that produced a piece of content that you truly resonate with, that you're going to like, and you're going to comment something meaningful back. Not just a great post. You're going to bring some life to it. So in closing, I would love to hear from all of you. Type in the comments below, what was your biggest takeaway from today's training? I would love to hear from you. I hope this training has helped. Love and gratitude to each and every one of you. Have a wonderful rest of your day, and I'll talk to you next time.